What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Jake at Nerd Level Rising. It is, as always, and potentially as will ever be, been a slower week of reading than I was hoping for, but it's okay because I had this, okay? I had this set up because this is all I read this week, to be honest. This is all I read. I just didn't have the time to do other things. I was falling asleep immediately when I went to bed, so I didn't get any of my bedtime book in, which apparently is forever going to be Cytonic by Sanderson. I'm just really struggling to to get the energy to read a little bit of that and keep getting through it. Also didn't get to do any, I did very little. I was actually exercising less this week. I have my cardio ebook read that I usually have. And, well, you know, I just didn't have the time to do very much of that. And what little time I did have, I was trying to catch up on a couple of the seasonal anime shows that are ending. So, yeah, that was a bit on pause, unfortunately. But I did have Ships of Merior by Janny Words, and my goodness. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this somewhat brief because we're doing our big group discussions here sometime in probably within the next couple weeks, I would imagine, that we'll all get together and do our big group read-along discussion of this. So, you guys know how much I loved Curse of the Mistwraith. My last update of these, I think I had just read the first chapter. I think I had just started. I'm now a little bit past halfway done. I just finished chapter 9 today. If you've read this book, you know what chapter 9 is. Blew my mind. Crazy. And this book is just taking everything that we set up in Curse of the Mistwraith, and we're exploring some of the aftermath, but more so, rather than aftermath, I would say the consequences and some of the changes that are happening in the world and the different factions that are at play, and just seeing what they're doing, right? And it all makes such perfect sense. They disagree with each other, but when we see through their perspectives, it makes perfect logical sense that those characters would feel this way and do these things. We're seeing as we go through, little by little, we're getting sort of dripped more information about the magic and how it works, about the world and how it's connected to the magic, about the history of the world, and you know our story is taking place in the Third Age, right? We know that there are multiple ages yet to come from the prologue in Curse of the Mistwraith. It starts off right away just saying like, hey dude, this is far in the past, we're retelling you this story. And so now, as we're in the Third Age here now, so in this book so far, we've learned some things about what happened in the First and Second Ages, and oh my goodness, this is just, it's incredible to think about what happened and how it is so perfectly laid out, how those events would cause certain other events to happen, would cause characters or peoples to feel a certain way and act a certain way, which then led to this chain reaction of like, unbelievable. We had another amazing action scene, I'll call it, combat action scene, that so there was one of these early in Curse of the Mistwraith as well, that one alongside the one that I've gotten to in this book so far are just the most creative and unique action scenes that I've ever read. It's so engaging and kind of almost whimsical and fun, but also you feel the stakes being really high because they are high. It's such an amazing juxtaposition of those things. I just, oh man, I'm so impressed. I'm loving this book. I'm past halfway through it. That's what I'm going to try to focus on here this week, is getting through some more of this. Now, like as I mentioned, I'm trying to time this out with our group discussion because I want to, basically my goal is to finish Ships of Merior, which is about, I don't know, 50-60% of this volume. This contains both book 2 and 3, which were intended as a single volume originally by Janny. So I want to time out when I finish Ships of Merior, or the first part of this, with our discussion, so I can then continue straight into Warhost of Vastmark, which is normally the second part of this, book 3, so to speak. That's my goal, right? So to pace this out, I'm probably going to be reading some other things in here a little bit as well, just to make sure I don't finish this super early and then have to grapple with like, do I jump into Warhost or do I wait? And you know, I don't want to have to take a break between them. I want to be able to just go straight through, and so we'll figure that out. Whether I just maybe do some Cytonic or some Red Stars of Badness that I've been beta reading for my friend Will, and I might do some of those, or I might, I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see how this works, but I'll figure that out as we go, and that'll work out. But like, wow. Yeah. You know what's funny? Now that I am, when I made my top 10 series of all time list, just what was that, a couple weeks ago, and I left Wars of Light and Shadow off purely because I'd only read the one book in the main series so far. I read the prequel novella in book one, and I was like, it breaks my heart to do this, but I have to try to narrow this down somehow. So I did that. Halfway through this, I have to remake the list already. Like there's absolutely no way that you know what I mean? It's there's no way. Okay, that's the reading stuff. Watching stuff, like I said, I was trying to catch up with a couple of these anime that are ending. I haven't fully caught up on very many of them yet. I still have a few to catch the last episode or two of. I did finish the new season of Dr. Stone, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy the season as much as I was hoping to. It was good, but I've liked previous seasons a little bit better. So we'll see. I think there's one last core of this, one more like 12 episode section. I think they're gonna do in the summer maybe. That I believe is supposed to completely finish the thing up. So we'll see how it ends. I really, really enjoy that show, but this season just hasn't been my favorite so far. But yeah, it ended in an interesting place. Excited to see where that goes. Otherwise, maybe this week I'll see if I can catch up on some of these other ones that have ended. But other than that, my girlfriend and I started watching Dexter, which is one of my favorite TV shows ever. I've seen it all the way through, I think twice, and I've seen the first 4 seasons another time or two on top of that. I love this show, but it's been several years since I've seen any of it. It's probably been, wow. I mean, we're probably knocking on 8, 9, 10 years since I've watched it at all. So, and she has never seen it. And so it's been really, really fun for me to relive one of my favorite. I have a Dexter tattoo. Like it's, I love it. Right. And so it's been so fun to get in that. She's loving it. It's been great. We're almost done with season 1. So like, we're not even close to the peak yet. And she's already really invested. So I'm having the best time with that. It's also interesting now that I live in Florida to rewatch the show that, like I've been to some of these places that are in the show, which is crazy. So that's been fun. We'll continue doing that. Other stuff, book mail, other, fun, D&D, whatever, video games, nothing this week. It's been a crazy week with my PhD program, but we are on the precipice of finishing this massive project that has been going for, a year and a half, almost 2 years probably at this point. Huge. If you know science, this is a gigantic meta-analysis that we're doing. That this has just taken an unreal amount of time. So I can't wait to get this thing finished and just get it out there. But that's taken up a lot of time. And then I actually also just got overworked to the point where when I get stressed out. Let me know if you guys have this or if I'm just a weird one. When I get really stressed out, I have like emotional overwhelm. That happens, right? But then if I keep going, which I'm not the best at avoiding keeping going, I get a lot of physical symptoms in my body. One of them being that I get some really crazy heart palpitations that are pretty scary, to be honest. And so this is actually the 3rd time in the last 8 years that I've gone to the doctor because of it. And I'm like, hey, will you please check me out and just make sure that like I'm not going to die? Like it's, if it's just a stress thing and I need to reduce stress, okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to die. And so I actually had to do that again here this week, which meant that on like Friday, Saturday, the doctor was like, do not do anything. Sit or lay down, relax, right? Sleep, so I did get some more sleep here this week, and I did just do some more sitting down. I read like 2 or 3 chapters of this in one sitting, which if you've read one of Janie's books, that is a lot. So I got some stress reduction there after a really high period of stress, but those things together kind of blocked some of my time that would go towards these fun hobbies and stuff. But hey, such is life. What are you going to do? But hopefully we get that project wrapped up here very soon, and I continue to manage my my workload and stress, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay. On the channel, guys, I guess writing is also wrapped up, and then I also didn't get any writing done, which is really upsetting because of how inspired I'm feeling after the ICFA conference, and I want so badly to work on that, and it's just been a whirlwind of stuff going on. So soon, very soon. Last thing on the channel, got some fun updates. We did myself and Chance Dillon, who very excited for his book. By the way, if you're not following his channel, make sure you go subscribe, follow his writing updates, reading updates, all that good stuff. We had a non-spoiler and then full series spoiler discussion with Christopher Rocchio, the author of the Sun Eater series. And for for Chance and myself, is what I meant to say, Sun Eater it's right up there with Malazan as our favorite series of all time right now. And so it was so fun to get to talk to Christopher, who is just the best human being. So generous with his time and his knowledge and his just experience through life, right? He doesn't pull any punches when he talks about things, which is what I love that, right? I really respect that. But he doesn't do it in a rude way, right? He's a very very nice person, super easy to talk to, super down to earth, despite being, in my opinion, one of the most talented writers working right now. It was just such a great conversation. I loved it. It was awesome. So go watch the replay of that if you're interested. You're safe from spoilers for the first section of that. I think we went for, it was like a half an hour, spoiler free. I believe you'll note in the stream, if you're watching it, if you're wary of spoilers, we do verbally indicate when we're going to jump in, and we put a banner across the bottom of the video that says spoilers on it, so you'll know when you need to jump out. Then on Saturday, I had two things. One, I was able to jump into a live stream with my buddy Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. It was his birthday. He was having a big live stream with a bunch of friends, and he sent me an invite to drop in and hang out for a little bit, so I got to do that. That was super fun. Andrew's the man. His channel is awesome. And just everybody who was on that call is awesome. A bunch of awesome, really, I'm saying awesome a lot, really great booktubers, but really great people. So go check out that stream and subscribe to all those people. And then the other thing on Saturday was I got to do my spoiler-free stream discussion with Ryan Cahill, the author of The Bound and the Broken, which if you watched my favorite series of all time video, that's on that list. And it was such an amazing conversation. I really glad I got to do that. Ryan was an awesome guy, super easy to talk to, really fun and enlightening, I think, conversation about his work, his process, how he thinks through some of the decisions he makes, why he chose to write dragons the way that he does, how he thinks through some of the psychology of dragons to then create things that make a lot of sense within the world, right? Just awesome video, totally spoiler free, so you're safe to go watch that. Man, that was super awesome, and I cannot wait to read his new book. That is, as you're watching this video, is now available on ebook. I'm gonna wait for the hardcover just because I'm a hardcover elitist. But so probably a couple weeks, I think, is what he's thinking roughly until that's available. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to dive into that. And then one announcement for this week, man. I'm on a roll with these awesome live stream guests here on Wednesday. This is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, so Wednesday evening. I am joined by the one and only Bookborn for an episode of NLR together. Her channel is just amazing. I have so much respect for her and her channel, of how she discusses these really complex ideas. She does these video essay type of, I'm describing, if you guys know me, you know who Bookborn is, right? But I have such a high degree of admiration for her channel and the content, the artwork really that she puts out there for these stories that we all love. So I can't wait to talk to her. That's going to be super fun. Wednesday evening, join us in the chat if you are free. I got other ones on the horizon that I'll talk about as we get closer. More and more exciting stuff. It's always exciting here on NLR. Right. So, okay, that's all I got. Thank you for watching this. Let me know in the comments what your week was like. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you up to? What's going on? Let me know if you watched those streams. Go check out the replays there. I think they're awesome, man. I think they're awesome. Go check them out. Join us on Wednesday. Otherwise, subscribe. If you want to subscribe, help the channel grow. I love that. Love seeing this community get bigger. Discord links in the description. You can check that out. All the good stuff to talk about, stuff that we like. Let's be friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.